Welcome to Matlock Mesh. I'm Dave. This is
All right, Laura.
welcome. We are here to help you. We're here to serve you. We believe in the Rotary Club's slogan, service above self. And one of the things that we do is we help people with their family situations, most specifically unwanted behaviors from their children. And Laura here has expertise in that kind of stuff. And I have lots of experience with that kind of stuff. And I also support her in her theories on it. And one of the things that I wanted to start this conversation off with was discussing the fact that we'll start with a story, actually. I used to go to an organization called Al-Anon. It's a branch off of AA meetings. And Al-Anon is actually for the person who is like married to the alcoholic. Amazing organization, fantastic organization. AA is wonderful, and Al-Anon was also equally wonderful. And I actually went there with the intention of just serving people. I had no idea what I was going to get out of it. But as I was there, I noticed all these young wives, mostly, wanting to fix their alcoholic husbands or drug addict husbands, wanting to fix their husbands, which makes a lot of sense. They were in desperation. They had spent years playing tug of war and going through the storm of life, being married to somebody who had this horrible condition, very challenging condition. And they were basically hopeless, and they figured that the only thing to do was fix their husbands. And so I wanted to just point out a couple of things: that they came to fix their husbands, but they stayed to fix themselves. And that was truly the message of Al-Anon. It's the message of AA. Now, I want you to just stop and just think about this with me from the perspective of how our senses work. Your eyes are perfectly designed to make observations of things that are outside of you. Your eyes absorb the light and the reflection off of the light and the information that goes into your brain, but you're always observing that which is outside of you. This is actually the way we function much of our lives. It's very easy to see what's going on with other people's problems. And we always are able to very easily judge other people and realize that other people need to be fixed. We see it in politics. We see it in religion. We see it all over the place. And we especially see it in the privacy of our own homes when we are realizing, or in our reality, making brash, harsh judgments on my kid needs to be fixed. My husband, my wife, my whatever, my mom needs to be fixed. And that is the belief. And don't worry about that. You're not alone. Because that's the way everyone is. Everybody who actually learns to be wise learns that wisdom lies in you need to fix yourself. And that's actually what we do. We will help you learn how to fix yourself so that you can be there for your child who has an unwanted behavior. We can help you learn how to interact with the child, how to set up boundaries, how to set up certain regulations, how to set up, and this is where she's the master. This is where she knows how to help you learn all kinds of stuff. So what kinds of things in general would you be able to help anybody learn how to do when it comes to fixing their own routines to help their children?
Yeah, most often the questions that I get from families are, around routine items like every night getting ready for bed, this behavior occurs, or in the middle of the night, she's always waking up, or toilet training is a common one. I can't get him to eat this food. Every time we go to this place, she freaks out, or we have to get an ice cream cone or a toy every place that we go. And so families start to feel really constrained and almost like I call them eggshell moments, these eggshells around like, oh, the toy aisle's coming up. Is she gonna scream? Okay, she's gonna scream. Let's just go. And it's not a long-term solution, right? Like we all have a lot of stuff in our homes. We're blessed in our society to have too much stuff more often than not. Most of us do. And that whole dynamic causes more tension in the relationship and not actually like a closeness together. So if you find those moments, those are always like the first appointments that I have with families, is talking about the times that you feel the most tension. Is it mealtime? Every time it's time to sit down and eat, is it, do you worry, are they going to eat? Are they going to throw the food? Are they getting enough nutrition? I'm not a nutritionist, but if you're having trouble even getting them to eat or try foods, like those are things that we help with. A lot of times people feel like it has to be the big stuff, like, hey, he's not talking, or she's throwing things. Like, it doesn't have to be big behaviors. We all have things that we can learn. And part of that is figuring out where I, as the parent in my home, and other people as the caregiver and family members in their home, how are you contributing to this pattern that keeps this behavior in place?
Mm-hmm.
And the objectivity, like in our home, it is so hard to do it because we live there. Like, we're mom and dad, but that perspective, like he talked about, of being able to have objectivity and look outside of yourself and or look inside of a new situation, it's almost easy to be like, oh, okay, so every time this happens, let's support that. Let's look at that. If every time after this behavior occurs, that's a pattern. That's what we examine and support.
So there you go. Looking into our own, how was it that you said it? You said looking at your own to see how you're contributing to the behaviors, the unwanted behaviors.
I don't remember the exact word, but yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of the behaviors exist because they exist. They're can not allowed to exist in like any way of vilifying anyone. Like, if you do what you can with the knowledge you have at the time, right? Otherwise you would make a different choice. But a behavior exists and persists, continues, because it's allowed to continue.
Yeah. It's been cultivated
Right, right.
somehow, and no one needs to be blamed. No, there doesn't
No,
need to be any guilt, but it has been cultivated. So something has to be undone or something has to be changed in order to reverse or get rid of the unwanted behavior. And
it's like
yeah,
it's like that quote, the what, insanity. You keep doing the same thing expecting different
that's
results.
Einstein.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's an Einstein quote. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
right. So we break the cycle of insanity and help you realize, okay, that's not actually the
Yeah.
issue, it's this.
Yeah. And that's okay. We're all a little bit insane.
That's okay.
Some of us are a lot insane. So that's what it's all about. Thank you.